Hello everyone, welcome to an Anthem patch notes day 1 review. I am thinking of doing these as major patches come along and just doing a little bit of review and seeing, for those who are not familiar with the forums and are not keeping up with it, this video will probably be helpful for you to see exactly what's going on and all that. So a summary of that. It's funny is that this says day 1, but for the people who have early access like myself, it's not technically day 1 of Anthem, but day 1 to the worldwide, because Anthem is dropping on the 22nd, which is in 2 days, which I'm excited about, because for those who have pre-ordered and are going to get access to Anthem in 2 days, I'm excited for you guys. I'm not gonna lie. So let's go down and do a breakdown of what's going on here. If you're interested in reading the patch notes for yourself, I've linked it in the description below. I'm not going to go over everything as always. I'm just going to touch on a few points here. I have not read the patch notes myself, so we'll be experiencing this for the first time together, and we'll just go from there. So it shouldn't be too long, so let's go through. So here's a little bit of description right here, and so high level fixes. Let's see what this is all about. Decreased loading times for older disk drives. That means for those who don't have solid state drives, or SSDs as they called, if you just have a normal disk drive, that apparently was affecting people, and including myself, because I saved my games on a different drive than I should my operating system drive, which is a solid state drive, and so that's going to decrease loading times for us, which is going to be good. Fix many infinite loading screens. I have not, in my early access experience, have not, since the demos, haven't experienced the infinite loading screen, but I'm glad they are fixing that, so no one's having that issue anymore, it looks like. So I'm really sorry for those who have early access and was dealing with the infinite loading screen. Fix multiple challenges not tracking properly. Challenges are basically get multi-kills, get X amount of kills with your weapon, or do combos with your abilities. You know, those are challenges that pop up, and so if you complete 2 or 3 of them, you complete a challenge, and that gets ticked off. And apparently the tracker was not tracking that properly. I didn't experience that, so that's quite interesting. A number of issues have been fixed that cause players to disconnect on crash. I have experienced this before while running a mission or side mission, or even fortress, like one of those tyrant raids, where in the middle of it I get disconnected. So hopefully they get that fixed when you guys get to join us on the 22nd. So most of this is hopefully y'all won't have to experience from us early access people, which I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Weapons and gear now have a number present for modifiers. Okay, that is cool. Alright, let's take a look at general fixes and improvements. Loot reveals, okay. Loot reveals expedition summary now correctly plays during the end of the expedition screen. I personally didn't have an issue with that, but apparently they put that in, so that's cool. Showing what kind of gear you had. Basically what would go is the expedition would show how much XP you got, you know, any bonuses you got, and then it would go to another screen to show what kind of loot you had, but apparently they're going to all mash it up into one, so that's interesting. Gathering party mechanic. Okay, the gathering party. This was a big issue for a lot of people who've reviewed the game so far. And by the way, I'll be doing a review on my experience so far tomorrow, hopefully. So I'll be looking for that video tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Basically, what this means is you probably know, probably watched it in my stream or something, but basically if you were flying and then you saw some materials and all that, and you're like, oh, I want to get that materials, but then most of your team was ahead of you, basically it's like you were going and then you're like, oh, I need to catch them up, but then there would be a screen that says, hey, you're too far from your team, I'm going to teleport you. And then when it teleports you, that's a loading screen, which takes even more time than if there was if you didn't have that. So that was a big issue that a lot of people were coming about, and I even had that as well. It was a little bit annoying where it's like, oh my goodness, you know, I could have just flown if you let me, you know. So I'm glad that they're working on that. Recording. Okay, so some people got stuck on the expedition screen. That's interesting. Javelin menu. Okay, legendary contracts can be accepted in the social hub. I don't think I've done a video on that, but if you want to see a video on the social hub, it's not too fancy, but I can definitely do a little bit of a video, probably a few seconds video show that if you're interested. Loot now properly drops for players who are downed. Okay, that's interesting. Texture quality increase, competing tutorial. Okay, it's interesting. I didn't know about this was an issue, but okay, I'm glad they got that out underway. So these are a lot of patch notes that I haven't personally experienced, which is great, but I'm glad they're fixing it for people who had experiences. The start of expedition screen has been improved. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Players will no longer get disconnected to join fun older. Okay, I don't play with a lot of friends right now because most of them are pre-order but then get early access like me. So we'll test to see if that works. Stuck in environments, I did get that issue. Electrical status, so there's a buff to your electrical damage. Cool. Corrected issue, shield done. Platinum mission feat now. Okay, I haven't got to platinum missions yet, so I can't experience that. Players are now access a vault from the forge. Cool, that's nice. Swimming into jellyfish on one no longer leaves a visual effect stuck on players. Oh yeah, so basically there's a little electrical charge on the characters when you're flying in the Tyrant mission, which you've seen plenty of if you've been following Anthem. So yeah, if you're wondering why you see javelins are sparking and all that, that's because of the visual effect. Fixed issues that cause players to launch bay to have okay, I don't really use the launch bay from the social hub much, so I didn't experience that. All animations play as intended in the forge. Cool. Alright, yeah, I did notice that sometimes when I click on the preview screen it would, you know, bug out. That's interesting. Sentry levels, basically your loyalty to when you play with the Sentinels and Arcanists, you know, you gain favor with them by doing their side missions, so apparently there was something wrong with that. Fix issues that cause the armor pip count on the UI to break and not display properly. Yes, I did notice that, where what they're talking about the armor pip is the health bar on the upper left corner. Sometimes it shows 4, depending as you grow your armor, the more segments you get. And sometimes, one time I was in my storm, and it showed like 1 million little slashes. I'm like, what is going on here? When technically I was only to have 7 slashes. So yeah, glad they fixed that issue. Strongholds, which is the big spider queen, of which you've seen lots of gameplay of. Crash, yep, I've seen that happen, where it crashes after defeating a boss. I have not done the typical scars, so I can't really say anything to that. Adjusted lighting, okay, interesting. Okay, so that's there. Challenges. Okay, I've not been able to get to Masterwork challenges, so okay, that's cool. Gear and weapons. Have first pilot unlock suits at tutorials. Create a new pilot and go for forge. No longer cause loading screen hang. Interesting. Okay. Players can no longer salvage equipped items. Huh, I didn't know that. I was not able to salvage my equipped items, so I didn't run into that issue. Okay, and so now here's some ability. Looks like some got nerfed, some got buffed. And again, if you want to read the patch notes in depth, I'll post it in the description below. I'm going to go into all of those. Alright, so Interceptor and Colossus got some detonator icons and primers. That's really cool, because I heard that was a little bit buggy. Javelins. Okay, Colossus Javelin is able to activate its shields more quickly after using ability or firing a weapon. Oh, perfect. I have messed around with the Colossus Javelin a little bit more now that I feel like I've mastered the Storm a little bit. Storm is still my main, but Colossus is over my secondary now. And yeah, I did notice that sometimes when I'm trying to fight, in the middle of a fight, I can't pull my shield up and so I get knocked out. Javelin now reacts to get hit when shields are up. Okay, interesting. And Ranger, I have not messed with the Ranger yet because I'm not locked in. I have to be level 26 and I'm currently, I think, level 24. Combos and status effects. Cool. Crafting. Alright. Additional mouse and keyboard controls improvements have been made. Okay. Didn't really give us any details on what that means, but cool. Conversations. Okay. Alright, interesting. Squad. Correct information of each player. Alright. Motion blur can correctly be turned off. Okay, apparently some people were having that. Status effects. Camera shake slider has been added to settings menu. Ooh, cool. People, you can track 10 challenges instead of 5 now. Sweet. I don't really use the tracking system, but that was cool. Squad leaders no longer always show as ready. That's funny. Fix the number situation. Alright, and then on-screen voice indicator shows a player speaking will no longer be active if a player is muted. Okay, that's cool. And then there's some related news. Okay, so there was a lot of good patches to this one, and they will be released on February 22nd. And according to the dev stream that ended a few hours ago, I'll be uploading another video for those who've missed it. Basically, this bug fix will be about 6 gigabytes to download. So for those who have not preloaded, you'll have the preloaded game plus the 6 gigabyte patch. So just keep it heads up on that. And that is the fix. Again, I have posted the links to this to the site down below. So hope you enjoyed it, and comment down below what you think about these patches and all that. And are you excited for Anthem? Alright, with that, I'm going to stop the video there, and have a good day.